Hey everybody, welcome back to the Real Talk podcast where real people talk about the real. And today on episode 6, I want to talk about the truth behind average and how to stop being an average person, right? So I want to just start off by saying what the average is nowadays and how bad the average really is that nobody even wants to talk about. So I think today's average is laziness, right? I think everybody nowadays is lazy. Nobody's driven. No one's purpose driven anymore. No one has any purpose behind what they do. Nobody has any plan of what they want to do. And yeah, bro, it's not hard to stop being average, but we're just raised in this era of average is okay. And it's sad because the average standard is so low. The bar is so low. So it's not hard to beat that. And we need to understand that. And if you want to stop being average, you need to start understanding. You need to stop being average. You need to start understanding what average is. And you need to stop thinking that you can't pass average, right? Excuse me. I think everyone could stop being average. It's not hard, like I said. Today, everybody's lazy. Nowadays, everybody is not purpose driven. Nobody has plans. Nobody has any goals. Nobody has anything they want to accomplish. Everybody just goes to work, goes home, and that's it. Why would you want to be like everybody else? Why would you want to be average, right? So today I want to target the main points of how to stop being average and how you could become successful if you stop being average, right? If you want to be successful, you have to not be average. Because the successful people nowadays aren't average, are they? That's why they're successful. The rich people nowadays aren't average. It's not average to be rich. You feel what I'm saying? So y'all need to start understanding that if you want to stop being average, right? So I just want to start off by saying, like, the average person doesn't work out. The average person doesn't get up early. The average person sleeps in. The average person doesn't have any plan of what they want to do. The average person has no goals. The average person doesn't even work properly. I'm pretty sure that probably the most average people work, right? But I'm sure people even think it's normal to not work nowadays. I know it is. I know people that think like that, and I don't agree with that at all. You got to get up. You got to start doing something. If you're not going to work, you got to work out. You got to have an alternative, but you got to work, in my opinion. You got to have some money coming in. Money is like one of the main things that makes the world go round. It does make the world go round. It is the main thing. So if you want to be average, be my guest. If you want to have an average income, be my guest. But if you want to become something that is not average and want to be someone that is not average, then hey, keep watching. So I want to tell y'all, right? I don't think I'm an average person, right? I don't have the average person's mindset. I don't do the average thing everybody does. It's an early morning. It's foggy out today. It's not that cold today. It's not raining. It was raining last night, so the bench is wet. That's why y'all see us at this other bench that I was talking about that y'all will see in the last episode 5. So yeah, I want to talk to y'all about how you could stop being average. So if you want to stop being average, set some goals. Know what you want to do with your life, right? The average person doesn't even know that. So you got to sit with yourself. You got to go watch episode 5, the lonely chapter, right? Where I talk about how the lonely chapter will help you set up your goals and help you know what your true goals are in life and how you could obtain those true goals if you go into a lonely chapter, right? So I want to start off by saying, again, stop being average. That's my main thing I'm going to keep repeating here, y'all. Stop being average. Start doing things that aren't average. Start working out. And I'm glad that the average is starting to be people that work out. I'm glad that that's becoming an average. That's something that wasn't average. That's something that's still not. The average person doesn't work out. The average person just has a 9 to 5 and that's it. That's their life, a 9 to 5. The average person doesn't have a higher income. The average person doesn't have higher goals. The average person doesn't have high standards. These people be out here dating people that are average. Me, I don't like women that are average. I have nothing against women that are average. I would settle for an average woman, don't get me wrong. But I know that that's not what I truly, truly would want. I know that's not what I truly, truly go for. I don't want average. I want someone that has goals, someone that has a great mindset, someone that has something that isn't average in them. Because why would I want something that's average? I'm not someone that's average, so why would I want someone else that's average? You get what I'm saying? So y'all got to stop being average. Stop hoping for average things. Stop wishing for average things. Stop wishing for an average lifestyle. These struggles, these hardships that you went through, they are not average, right? but they're great. They have great things that you will learn from them that the average person doesn't know. My traumas that I've endured, they have helped me not be average. They help me get up out here and get up early on days I don't work and come out here and do these. And even days I do work, I come out here and do these. Guess what? Because I don't want to be average. I don't want to be. Why would I want to be? My mind doesn't allow that. God didn't give me a purpose for no reason. God didn't give me a different mindset from everybody else for no reason, right? And I understand that because I don't have the average mindset. I'm blessed enough to say that I was given a different mindset than everybody else, you know? So guess what? If y'all want to stop being average, start doing things that aren't average. Some of those things are, like I said, working out, setting some goals, accomplishing those goals, working towards those goals. You have to work towards those goals if you want to stop being average. That's just how it is. It's not hard to not beat the average. The average standard is set so low, so it's not hard to beat it. Once y'all understand that, y'all will be willing to put in the work way more, I bet. But guess what? Even if you don't understand it, you don't need to. Just keep working. Keep pushing through. Just don't be average. That's all you should know, is that you don't want to be average. Pass average, go beyond that. When you pass average, go beyond that. Go beyond the great people. Go beyond the anything. Shoot for the stars. That's what I like to say, bro. Shoot for the stars. I really like when people would say that when I was little, because I knew truly deep down inside, I didn't want to be an average person. Don't get me wrong, at certain times in my life, I was like, I would rather have an average life than this below average life, right? And some of you guys might be at a below average point in your life, but guess what? That shall pass. What you're going through right now shall pass. If you lock in and you keep doing things that aren't average, guess what? God will bless you with beyond average. God will bless you even beyond that. God will bless you with your goals. God will bless you with what you want to do. God will bless you with the physique, but you got to put in the work. You got to go to the gym if you want that physique that you want. And if you're praying for a good physique, you got to go and put in that work, and then God will bless your efforts. God, seeing you not being average, will want him to help you more, I would think. That's just how I think about it. That's my take on God. That's how I see God. That's how I think about God, right? That's why I work. I keep working. I know that this too shall pass. What I'm going to shall pass. So I work and I make sure I'm not average. I make sure that I'm doing things that aren't average. I'm out here doing a podcast. The average person doesn't do this, especially with these tools, especially with my position. These people wouldn't do this. But guess what? They average. I'm not. I'm different. I don't want to be average. I don't want to be stuck in the same life, the average life that I've lived, the below average life that I've lived. Because when you really look at the means of living, here, we'll Google this right now. So y'all bear with me for just a second. Let's look up the means of living. And in that way, y'all can know, right? If you're living below those means or above those means. We're going to look up the average means of living. We'll do it in Texas since that's where I'm at, right? $45,000 per year. About $3,760 per month, right? Healthcare, housing and utilities, food and beverages, gas and energy, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't even have all of that. At times, I don't have any of that, right? At times, you're stuck with nothing. At times, you are at the bottom. And I can say I've been someone that's been there, below the average. Below the average means of living. I'm glad to say that I work hard enough to where I'm above that right now, or I'm probably right at that average. As a teenager, I'm right at that average. But even that average is so low because I can't even go and afford my own apartment right now on my own. I can't afford to buy a car if I wanted to, right? I can't afford to buy a home if I wanted to, right? But it says that's the average means of living. If y'all don't believe me, y'all can read it yourself. Y'all can pause if you want to keep reading. But 45,000. Crazy. I know that's my income, and that makes me depressed and sad. I wouldn't say depressed. I'm not a depressed person. Depression's a mindset. I really do think that. But I really think it's sad of me, right? Because I'm not where I want to be, but I know I'm working towards it. So therefore, I keep going. I keep pushing. I keep going beyond average. I know that right now my income might be average, but guess what? I work out. That's not average. I cook my own meals. That's not average. I take care of myself. That's not average. Most people have their parents take care of them. Most people don't take care of their parents. Most people don't even try to help their parents. You know, But guess what? Not me, because I don't want to be average. So I work toward not becoming average. I don't even speak to my family that much because guess what? They're average, and most of my family's below average. A lot of my friends, they be below average, and I don't like that. I'm not comfortable with that, so I'm not going to keep conversating with you. I'm not going to keep associating with you. I'm going to go speak to people and become friends and befriend people that are not average, because that's where I want to be. I don't want to be right now where we're at. I don't want to be below average. I don't want to be average. I want to go beyond that. So I work towards that. I want to conversate with people that are beyond that. I talk to my manager a lot. Guess what? Her if that's the average and I'm making the average, she makes almost double what I make. And guess what? She's beyond the average. So I conversate with her. I conversate with other managers at my work. I don't conversate with people my age. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I would love to conversate with them. But I'd be locked in. I'd be focused. I'd be locked in. I'd be focused. And I'd be like, hey, I don't want to be average. So I'm not even going to go out my way to go reach out to the females, go reach out to the men at my work, or reach out to the other dudes that are my age. I don't even do that. I don't even reach out to the managers. They be reaching out to me. Hey, Kaden, bro, you know that you could become a manager if you really wanted to, bro? Your position, you learned a lot. I could tell that you could be a good manager. Nah, bro. That's beyond what the average is right now. But guess what? I want to go beyond that. So, nah, bro. I can't work no 9 to 5. My goal is to stop working a 9 to 5 by 21. Before that, if I can, and if God blesses me with that. But guess what? If he doesn't, I'll push through and I'll make it so I don't have to work a 9 to 5 at 21. I don't want to, and I don't wish to. And y'all could go back and watch this when I'm 21 and you see my vlog channel and the podcast channel doing well. Y'all are going to come back to this video and y'all going to be like, dang, he really was locked in. He really was doing what he wanted to do. He really didn't want to be the average person. I don't want to be. I have goals and I have dreams and I have things I will accomplish. I don't care if nobody wants me to. I don't care. Because guess what? These people are at the average. That's why they don't understand my goals. That's why they don't understand what I'm doing. They don't even take time to wish to understand, right? And guess what? I don't care. I don't care, and you shouldn't either. Why are you guys letting people that are average tell you you can't go beyond that? Why are you guys surrounding yourself by people that are average? Because guess what? Those people are going to want to keep you at the average. Like I said in the last chapter, if you're surrounded by a whole bunch of people on level 1, they're not going to want you to go beyond level 1. Because guess what? That makes them look bad. When they start realizing you passed that average, guess what? They're going to notice that, and they're going to want to stop you from being average, because then you're going to feel like you're going to make them feel like trash. You're going to make them notice that they're not doing what they need to do. You're going to make them feel bad about themselves. You're going to make them feel bad about being average. So you got to go beyond that. Go beyond average. Don't surround yourself by people that are average, because they're going to just hold you down. They're not going to let you go beyond average. They're going to keep telling you you can't. They're going to tell you it's impossible, and you might believe it. But guess what? That's an average mindset. So you can't. You can't believe it. You got to push yourself. Stop being friends with those people. You got to push yourself. You got to stop being average. That's just how it is, y'all. Like I said in the last video, I say this so much because I want y'all to understand it. I want y'all to get it through your heads. I struggled with this. I still currently do. Like I said, my family, no offense to them, but they're not anywhere I would want to be. I never would be in that position. Never. Y'all see me, bro? I'm never, bro. That's why I come out here and I do these, because I don't want to be in that position ever. I don't want to put my kids through anything ever. I don't want to live off of other people ever. I don't now. So why would I lower my standard and go below average? Why would I go below average? That's weak. That's a weak mindset. If you want to be average, that's a weak mindset. You could go beyond average, but you let other people dilute your mind. You let other people tell you that you can't be average. But guess what? That's them. They're average. And they see that in you, so they just abuse it. And they keep telling you, oh, you can't go beyond average. Don't go beyond average. Beyond average is scary. Guess what? Nah, they scared of you going beyond average, because they're going to see that they're below average probably. They're not even doing the average things. So stop letting people tell you that. You surround yourself by fat people. Guess what? They're not going to want you to hit the gym. They're not going to want you to hit the gym, because then they're going to notice, oh, dang, he's not fat anymore. So why can't I do that? And they're going to wallow in self-pity. They're going to wallow in self-pity. Dang, bro, he hit the gym, so now I feel like trash. I feel like I can do that, but I don't want to. So I guess I'll just stay. I'll just stop being friends with him. You feel me? That's how people be, bruh. And that's a weak mindset. That's the average mindset. Sad to say, but that's the average mindset. So y'all got to get up, get to it, and stop being average. If you want to be successful financially, you got to go out there. You got to start a business. You got to build a business plan. You got to do your research. You got to start making mock-ups or whatever. If you want to make a brand, you got to start making mock-ups. You got to start learning GSM. You got to start learning weight of clothing. You got to start learning, which is GSM. The weight of clothing is GSM, right? You got to learn that. You got to learn how to start a brand. You got to learn how to run a Shopify or a website. You got to learn what a domain is. You got to learn how to buy a domain. You got to learn how much that costs. You got to learn how much it will cost for you to manufacture things, right? These are things I took the time to learn because I want to start a brand, because guess what? I went beyond the average. I put in that work and I consistently kept going and I pushed through it. And now I'm almost there to where I'm going to launch my brand, y'all. And y'all know how excited I am for that? Because I know that I put in the work and I know that it will pay off. Even if it don't pay off the first year, the first 2 years, the first 3 years, whatever, I know God will bless me and I know it will pay off because I put in the work and I went beyond average, y'all. So if you want to do something business-wise, if you want to be a businessman, you want to be a realtor, you got to do your research. You got to put in that work. You got to go beyond the average. The average person isn't doing that. I just showed y'all what the average income is, $45,000. Y'all, there's so much things you could do to go beyond average. If it's wealth, guess what? You got to put in that work. You got to learn those skills. You don't got to go to school for that, but you could learn them. Stop thinking because you're surrounded by people that aren't there and that they keep telling you can't be there, that you can't go beyond average, y'all. Stop surrounding yourself by people that are average. Stop surrounding yourself by people that are unlogical. Stop applying logic to people that are unlogical. Stop applying beyond average things to people that are average. Because guess what? You'll notice if you keep doing that, they're never going to change. You'll notice that you won't change either because you're surrounding yourself by people like that. And if you want to go beyond average, you got to stop doing that. If you want to go beyond average, go have conversations with people that are where you want to be. Go have conversations with people that are beyond average. That's just the real of it, y'all. That's the real of it. This is the Real Talk podcast where real people talk about the real. I'm going to say this every time because that's the real of it. People don't want to hear this, but guess what? You click this video because you don't want to be average, right? You click this video because you know you might not even be average right now. But you got to stop surrounding yourself by people that aren't average. Like I said, go watch episode 5. Go watch the Lonely Chapter episode and learn that the Lonely Chapter is necessary for you to start understanding what you want to become, for you to start understanding what you want to be, for you to start pushing to go beyond average. This is real. This is real stuff, y'all. If y'all agree or disagree, I really want y'all feedback. I really want y'all to let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know what y'all got to say. God meant for you to not be average. He built you different from everybody else. Everyone's not for you and you're not for everyone. And once you notice that and you realize that, you'll stop surrounding yourself by people that are average. You'll go beyond average. You'll work on yourself well enough to where you don't need those other people, right? And that's big, y'all. So yeah, I just want to come out here. I wanted to talk to y'all about how you could stop being average and what you need to do to stop being average. Stop surrounding yourself by people that are average. Average things equal average results. Average people surround themselves with average people. If you want to go beyond average, you got to surround yourself around people that are beyond average. If you want to go beyond average, you got to do things that are beyond average. If you want to go and have beyond average results, you got to do things that are beyond average on a daily basis. You could go beyond average every day. You can stop being average every day. Put in the work, trust in the process, believe in God, and trust that He will bless you if you stop being around people that are average and you stop doing average things. I really mean that, y'all. And I hope this video helps someone out there that's struggling with going beyond average. Because like I said, this stuff hits for me, y'all. I was in y'all position. I still am. I'm stopping now, though. I'm stopping surrounding myself by people that are average. I stop conversating with people that are average. I don't want to, because guess what? I noticed that they are going to keep telling me that I can't go beyond that. They're going to keep doing things that keep them below average. Most people in my life currently, because like I said, the Texas living wage is pretty low in my opinion. So guess what? That's a little bit below average in my mind. And everybody in my life is below that. And I'm not putting them below me as a human, because we're all equal as human beings. Don't get that misconstrued. We're all equal as human beings. But if you don't want to be average, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not you belittling other people because you don't want to talk to them no more. That's not you belittling them as a human because you don't want to hang around them no more. You don't want to be in a relationship with that person no more. You don't want to be around family like that no more. If they won't understand it because they're average, guess what? You want to be beyond average, so you're pushing through that. You're going to go through a lonely chapter when you're doing that, most likely. And guess what? Nothing's wrong with that. Push through it, trust in the process, believe in God, and that He will bless you if you go through this process. And you will go beyond average. You will do beyond average things. It's not hard nowadays. Everybody's lazy. Nobody wants to put in the work. Everybody does things that's below average nowadays. So guess what? Push beyond that and be strong. And I want to say thank y'all for watching. And I hope y'all enjoyed. This is the Real Talk Podcast where real people talk about the real. And thank y'all.